Well, the primary focus may have been voter registration, but a lot of campaigning was happening this weekend.
The ANC has set its sights on Tshwane, intent on winning the metro back from the DA, and self-correction said to be road to victory.
Our people probably, they were not happy with one or two things that we did. And we promised them that we are going to correct those things, and please let them come back home. Let's go forward and deal with our challenges.
But the ANC is still to fully reconnect with the alliance partner, the SACP. The party says it's not ruling out the possibility of going it alone.
We're going to contest elections. Whether we contest elections separately from the ANC will be determined by the extent to which we are able to address the issue of a reconfigured alliance.
The reason for the breakdown in alliance relations, Jacob Zuma, the former ANC president, is confident of a decisively win for the party.
ANC is big, ANC is support of the country. I know no other party that is supported like the ANC. I know no other party that is in every corner of this country except the ANC.
At many registration stations, numbers were low on Sunday, but the enthusiasm of first-time voters compensated.
This means that personally I could see the change in the communities that I want to see.
I want the youth to prosper, because every day one kid or several kids must die of gunshots, sickness or stuff.
To have your say, you need to vote.
This 36-year-old father of four will also make his cross for the very first time next year. He fears expropriation of land without compensation.
They are making people angry, and they are polarizing the country, and it makes me angry that they are actually harming my kids. My four boys are in the line of fire, and that's what made me register today.
The registration weekend was marred by protest action in several provinces. The ANC says people should not be denied their democratic rights.
People have issues with government, have issues with all of us. Ours is to make sure that we engage them. We will engage those communities. Some of those people are people who are already registered, and we are appealing to them to give those who are not yet registered. We appeal to them to give them an opportunity to register.
Wolmaranstad residents raised concerns about living conditions and poor services.